branding strategy, where are we going with our future? We spent 12 years or 13 years thinking about us being a community. That's okay, you can keep it running. Thinking about what we're going to be after amalgamation. It's time to grow up. It's time to start branding who we're going to be in the future, as well as who we used to be 13 years down the road. Now we can have a slide.
Sorry.
No worries. Okay.
Sorry.
We're going to advance for a bit. So I'm going to throw out some ideas. I'm going to be looking for some feedback down the road. All this information that you're seeing tonight is going to be posted online by Chantel, and they're going to be looking at some folks to come provide feedback. These are some strong brands. I'll just look for the black and white ones. They each evoke a very strong image. We need to start evoking a strong image about Chatham-Kent. We've actually started doing some of that branding, but if you ask 100 different people what branding is, we've got different ideas. That's the definition of what a brand is. What do people associate? When you hear the name, what are you thinking of? I'm finding people think of different things. If I'm in Ridgetown, I've got a different message than I've got in Wallaceburg or Chatham-Kent. We need to start defining to the outside world and to ourselves who we want to be. We started with the branding mark. It's at the top. We need to go farther than that. This is sort of what we are. But I got to tell you, when you look at some of the trend lines that we're going to talk about in a minute, this doesn't get us to where we need to go. It sort of defines some general stuff about what we are. So here's the 3 questions that we want to look at. If we're going to do a branding strategy that's going to be successful, these are 3 questions we have to answer. We're going to have an opportunity. We'll just run through the slides when we go. First we're stopping, then we're losing it. Those are trend lines about where we're going for our projection. We've got a flat line projected trend with our population. I'm not satisfied with that. I think it's going to cause us problems with our tax base. It's going to cause us problems with us trying to grow our community and our economy. This is even scarier, our demographics. 25 to 45, we're losing folks. That's a lot of creative juices. And I look at this room and think, thank God you're here. We need to find a way to broaden that demographic profile. So part of the branding strategy is focusing on that. Our unemployment rate, good news, bad news. Our unemployment rate's actually starting to decline, but all those jobs that were starting to decline, we're down to 8.5%. A lot of them are some of the high manufacturing jobs we've lost. We've got some low price jobs. We need to get folks that are creative, vibrant, coming back in. They're going to have high paying jobs. This is some of our economic trends. You can see our past and our future. There's some big question marks there. What are we going to do to be able to move us from our past to our future? What's the message that we're going to have to send out that's going to draw people in here? That's going to be critical. So this is our vision. Do you think the trend lines are moving in this direction? When I see it, I don't think they are. I'm scared. So what are we going to change to get to where we need to go? And that's really what the branding strategy should be creating for us, not just in our past, but where we want to go. So here's some things that define CK. These are some general thoughts that I've heard about. We've done some initial marketing strategy. These are some of the things that I think we've got some world-class stuff going on. But is any of this stuff going to grab us? If you were talking to your peer group and you were thinking about what defines Chatham-Kent, would that be the sort of things that are going to draw people from some other community to come here and work? So we've got to start thinking about what's going to do that. That's really what the branding strategy is all about. So let's think about our brand. What adds to your quality of life? Take a minute. Think about it. What are the things that you feel are very valuable in Chatham-Kent? Why are you here? Why are you staying? What would make your peer group come here and want to be here? Quality of life things for me are things like affordable housing, great access to recreational activities. What's our community image? When we go outside the community, people, they've still got misperceptions. They think of us as Uniontown because of some strike that happened 30 or 40 years ago. They don't think of us as this land between gorgeous lakes, world-class activities that we talked about. What do you think about when you see our brand? You know? And what are our people inside the community saying about it? Because often we say a negative message, and we get that relayed. When I listen to the bloggers, I'm not worried about what I hear about the bloggers, but I'm worried about a prospective investor that reads it and kind of goes, I'm not coming there. We've got to be paying a more positive message. So what's the message we're doing? What's the image that we should be projecting? I'm looking for each of you to start giving me some of those ideas. I know this is a creative group. You've got lots and lots of ideas. Answer those questions. Come back to us. We're developing a community marketing plan right now. We need your input. You guys are the people that we want to duplicate. If I could clone you, if you want to leave a self-sample before you go out the door, that's great. But short of that, give me some of your ideas. And let's see what we can do about trying to move this forward. Also think about who else we should ask. Are there other groups that we should be bringing to the table with stakeholders and asking that question? That's some of the questions we want to ask as well. So those are some of the questions we're going to have. It's going to be available. I've got business cards with me. Happy to pass those out during the presentation. But think about what's that one thing you'd talk to your peer group about? What would make them come here and kind of go, you're here, great, I'm going to be joining you. And this is some of the things we need to move forward. But that's all of our responsibilities to make that happen. So that's really the trick. If we do it this successfully, that's going to be our branding strategy. So a couple of folks working together, so you've got contact information if you don't get a card tonight. Please get involved. Let us know what makes this place special, and we'll try and share the message. Thank you very much.